Hi everybody, today I'm back with a review of the original 1995 Thinkway Talking Woody plush. Now this is the one that has the posable limbs. I really have been wanting to do a review of this guy for a while now. I didn't really want to because I wanted to give this guy justice. I didn't have his hat, but I did. This came from a Toy Story 2 Woody, which I'm not sure if I want to show on camera yet because he's still super dirty and I want to clean him off a bit. But this is a Toy Story 2 Woody hat, but I think they're literally just the same aside from the posability, so this is probably just the same hat that was released with the other ones. Let's get into it. Alright, so taking a look at Woody's head here, you can see that it is just the generic, or not the generic, but more of the classic original face mold. You can tell because he's got that really big smile, this kind of raised eyebrow expression, and this was used quite often on a lot of the just other like non-Thinkway head molds or whatever. Like for instance, this is the McDonald's Woody that came in the VHS thing in 1996. And you can tell that his head is kind of a variation of it. I think mostly you can kind of tell because of the big smile. But I know the Thinkway figures that were released used it. I think there were a couple RC sets that came with it. They made a giant mold of it for the Frito-Lay Woody or whatever, the giant 4-foot plush that only 500 were ever made of or whatever. And then going down, you have a nice vest made out of that fuzzy material. I'm not sure what it's called. It's faux, I don't know. I know it deteriorates quite easily over time. And on the back, we have a string, which I believe this is one of, if not the only, movie accurate scale pull strings. So if you pull it, I think that's all the phrases, but there aren't that many on these, especially with Buzz. I think he only ever had 4 phrases on the original. But yeah, and then of course you have the arms, which are super thick. I have no idea why. Same thing with the legs too. They're very thickly padded, along with open hands, which is quite nice, and of course the bendable feature, which is only exclusive to this guy. He can move his limbs, and you can kind of contort them in grotesque ways. I don't really like messing around with it because it can get really gross looking occasionally. I kind of just like keeping him at this default position. And down here we have his belt buckle, which is a nice gold material. Spreading around to the back, and over here we have a nicely done, at least for the time, a nicely done holster. And then, of course, we have the legs here, this is a printed jean material. This is literally the exact same fabric as the previous up here. But of course, you also, again, have the bendableness, which, I think the leg pieces are kind of the ones where it gets a bit ruined, because I feel like these might be broken off here. I'm not sure completely though. And then down at the bottom here, you have very nicely done, thick vinyl or soft plastic material for the boots, and I believe you can tell this is the original 1995 Thinkway Woody because it has the detached spurs on the boots. And to give you a reason why, I'll just show the boots of the original Toy Story 2 Woody, and you can see that clearly his spurs are molded onto the actual thing itself. So yeah, quite a nice Woody. Let me take a look at the hat now. So the hat is a bit cheaper though. It's definitely much cheaper. It's basically just like the normal hat design or whatever, that wouldn't have like the strip around it or whatever. And they kind of just shoddily spray painted this on almost. You can kind of tell there's like excess paint right there. It's quite odd. This is one of the rare Woodies that I've seen where fitting the hat on his head is incredibly difficult. You kind of have to keep it there. Otherwise, I've actually had experiences in the past where you can even see it here. It's like literally removed bits of paint when it's removed. And that was my review of the 1995 original posable Talking Woody plush. Very nice. I know he's kind of incorrect by today's standards, but he's very iconic for being the first one ever made. And because of that, he is pretty great. He's got a lot of things on him that, of course, are not exactly accurate anymore. But in general, I think there's quite a bit of things on here that are pretty unique to this guy and are kind of neat, like the bendableness. That's never really been done on another Woody figure in a while now. Yeah, that was it. Like and subscribe. I know this is the first review I've done in a little bit, or at least a big one. I'll see you later.